Tonight, all sides of the story. More details on the controversial location change of the EP's desalination plant. And racing on the iconic dirt tracks, Broken Hill's Outback Cup returns tomorrow.
From our 7 Spencer Golf Studios, your nightly news with Madeline Kerr begins now.
Good evening, thanks for joining us. The decision to go ahead with the Eyre Peninsula's desalination plant at Billy Lights Point has caused a stir. The CEO of SA Water, the member for Flinders, and the Mayor of Port Lincoln all having their say on the matter today.
After scientific reviews and aquaculture consultation, the Eyre Peninsula Desalination Plant Site Selection Committee chose Sleaford West as the best location. But yesterday, Billy Lights Point was announced as the state government's choice.
The Site Selection Committee put up 2 alternatives, which were the Sleaford West site and Point Boston. This site here, Billy Lights Point, was only ever a base case. It wasn't a case that was to be considered as part of that modelling.
SA Water CEO David Ryan says the decision wasn't made lightly and that they understand community concerns. The company consulting with an independent marine science review panel.
The scientific work that has been done to ensure that this plant can be constructed safely and have minimal harm to the environment and to local industry has been extensive.
However, the Port Lincoln Mayor and the member for Flinders are not convinced.
I'm not convinced of that and have deep concerns about what that will do to our industry and our city.
The announcement from Susan Close that Billy Lights Point is now her preferred location is disappointing, and it really is disappointing that the local perspective has been ignored.
The key concern is Port Lincoln's main industry.
The fishing and aquaculture industry within Port Lincoln is over $200 million worth of input into the state's economy. We can't make decisions that may put those at risk. We need to make sure there's long-term water security for Port Lincoln, and we need the desal plant in the right place.
With planning now underway for Billy Lights Point, SA Water hopes to begin construction in mid-2024 for completion at the end of 2025.
From an environmental perspective, from an economic perspective and also a logistical perspective, it's the right location, and it also allows us to get the plant built to deal with the critical water security issues.
Alison Hall, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Police from across the Upper Spencer Gulf have issued an urgent appeal to drivers this long weekend. With a disturbing number of road accidents this year in the regions, some fatal, common sense is the message they're trying to get across.
A sight that has become all too common on our roads. With the long weekend now underway, police from Port Augusta and Whyalla have issued an urgent message to motorists.
This year in South Australia, we've already had 32 lives lost on our roads, which is a 113% increase on what we were this time last year. 23 of those lives lost have been on country roads.
That includes 3 deaths in the far north and Upper Spencer Gulf, including the Lincoln Gap crash, which killed 2 Whyalla locals last week.
Always very unfortunate when we lose lives on our roads, and it does impact small communities very heavily. So although there was 2 people lost in that crash, it does have a ripple effect across the entire community.
Extra patrols and RBT sites are being set up, targeting drink and drug driving.
We'll be focusing on speeding, drink and drug driving, failing to wear seatbelts or failing to ensure that your passengers, children are restrained correctly. Also dangerous driving and inattention, so using mobile phones and distraction offences.
Police are particularly concerned about tonight and the public holiday Monday. That's when they expect most traffic will be on our roads and increase the risk of an accident. Road trains are also in the spotlight.
Heavy vehicles on our roads are always a concern. 80 tonnes of road train going down the highways is always a danger to other road users, so we just urge all heavy vehicle users to abide by the road rules, ensure they're taking adequate rest, meal breaks and making sure that they're not fatigued.
Daniel Pizarro, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Meanwhile, a learner driver has lost her licence for 6 months after allegedly drink driving in Port Lincoln. Police pulled over a 21-year-old woman last Friday night where she allegedly blew 0.085. The legal limit for an L-plater is 0. Her SUV has been impounded for 28 days and she'll appear in Port Lincoln Magistrates Court at a later date. Thousands of people are tipped to head to the St Pat's racecourse tomorrow for the 58th annual Outback Cup. The team behind the scenes did all they could today to cater for the bumper crowd.
From painting fences to stacking fridges, it's been all hands on deck for tomorrow's race day, and the committee wants to make it a day patrons won't forget.
Our real motto this year has been looking after the punters and the general public. Our corporate areas have been here for years and years, but we want to look after the people that come into the betting ring. They want to watch the races, hear the races, get a bet on. We want to look after them. They're our number one goal this year.
While he has been on the committee for a number of years, it's Andrew Schmidt's first race meeting as president, and he says there are a million things going through his head before the gates open tomorrow.
So you go through all of that, and all you want tomorrow is for people to come to St Pat's, have a great day and get home safely. That's all we want. We want things to run smoothly.
A number of horse trainers, both local and interstate, will be hoping to take out the big one tomorrow, the Outback Cup.
We've been very fortunate that there's a very strong group of trainers that have supported St Pat's for many years. Nathan Hobson and his family from Swan Hill. You have Kim Healy, Paula Tremworth from Adelaide coming up. We have Wayne Priss from Cobar.
Ensuring racegoers get to the course safely, public transport will be available.
We have, and look, the local bus company's got every single bus they've got at their disposal on tomorrow. We've been publicising the bus routes now for weeks and weeks via social media and through mainstream media.
Gates will be open from 10 a.m, with the first race starting at 12:10 p.m. Joshua Mercer, 7, Spencer Gulf News.
Still to come tonight, an update on the tuberculosis outbreak in the APY lands. And free fun in Cal tomorrow, including entertainment from Knowlesy. Welcome back. An outbreak of tuberculosis in the APY lands is raising alarm bells with SA Health. Almost a dozen cases across several remote Aboriginal communities have been confirmed, with the same areas also dealing with another COVID wave.
In one of the most remote places on Earth, a growing health crisis is brewing. An outbreak of the bacterial disease tuberculosis.
And so what we are concerned about is that there might be more cases in the community that we don't know about. And it's so important that we pick those up early and get people onto treatment so that they get their disease treated and it's not spread further into the community.
At least 11 cases have been confirmed in the APY lands thanks to contact tracing.
Treatment takes a long time to make sure that we've treated the person fully and that they don't have a risk of it re-emerging. And it's actually 6 months. And it's very important that people with TB take the medication every single day, because if they don't, you can get resistance to the antibiotics, and that would be a major problem if we got resistant TB.
The World Health Organization says more than 1.6 million people died worldwide from TB in 2021, the first time fatalities increased in over a decade, with almost 11 million people falling ill. Symptoms of TB include a persistent cough, chest pains, coughing up blood or mucus, fever and night sweats. The area has only recently recovered from a COVID wave, placing stress on the local communities.
I could let you know that there's actually been quite a lot of COVID that they had what we had in December, that was rather late, and they've just had quite a wave of COVID through the APY lands.
Daniel Pizarro, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
After 3 years of construction, the town of Cal is preparing to welcome hordes of people to check out the new water park and marina. Attendees can look forward to live music, food and a spectacular fireworks display.
Tomorrow, the township of Cow will open its recently redeveloped foreshore to the world.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a lot of people there because it's going to be a good family affair, and it's free, and Shannon Knowles pretty good entertainer.
The Franklin Harbour Council have lined up Australian Idol royalty to entertain crowds. From 6 o'clock onwards, performers will start taking to the stage, saving the best till last, Shannon Knoll. The Mayor says it's quite the way to ring in this new chapter for the town's foreshore.
During the construction period, it was during COVID, there was a lot of dirt, a lot of digging, trucks going up the main street carting material up and down the main street. So you get a few people wonder, what have we done to our town? But it just turned out far better than what a lot of people appreciate.
The foreshore opening will begin at 3 p.m. with a wide range of markets and food stalls for guests to look through. Then at 5 p.m, the official ribbon cutting ceremony will take place opposite the Franklin Harbour Hotel.
We're trying to cater for everyone. We always do the fireworks anyway, once a year, so we're doing the fireworks about 9 o'clock that night as well. We're sort of catering for quite a few too. We hope we've got plenty of food and the free campings at the football oval. There's a special area there, and there's toilets and showers there as well.
The council advising attendees to bring a jacket, saying it can get mighty cold near the foreshore once the sun goes down. Edward McCarroll, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Stay with us after the break. Race day recovery at Patton Park. Local bands ready to rock Broken Hill. And student athletes battle it out at the Sports Carnival Day in Whyalla. Welcome back. SAPOL has released a picture of 2 men they want to speak to after cash was stolen from a Port Hughes business. The question is, do you recognise them? One of the men is wearing Adidas track pants with a Champion brand cap, while the other has navy blue trades pants and a head torch on. Officers say the incident happened around 4 a.m. last Tuesday at a licensed premises on Mini Terrace. Anyone with information is urged to contact Crime Stoppers. If you're looking to do something after the St Pat's races, the Patton Village Committee is hosting Rock the Park on Sunday. The event is set to showcase Broken Hill's musical talent for a fun family day out.
Mixing things up from the usual market day.
Yep, it'll probably be not as traditional as what people expect from Patton Village. It'll be highly focused on the music. We'll only have a couple of limited stalls at the event.
3 bands will be rocking out in the park, including Scream Street, made up of young Williama students. Up next is another young band called Clouded, who are performing live for the first time, while the well-known Broken will wrap things up. The event is family-friendly, so children of all ages can come along, as there will be giveaways at the park entrance.
And we wanted to really do something that give kids an opportunity and actually say they're our future, we want to invest in them. So we wanted to give something that showcased our youth.
The committee securing funding through the state government's Children and Wellbeing Recovery Initiative.
The government funding has covered us with bottled water, we've got temporary tattoos, and we've also got bubble wands to ensure our kids can have tons of fun on the day.
Rock the Park may also become an annual event.
At this point in time, we're going to see how successful this event is. We'd really like to invest in our kids and our youth for the future. So depending on the success of this, we might look at something similar or a modified event for the next year.
Joshua Mercer, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Students in Whyalla have worked up a sweat today with a local high school holding its annual sports day. The fun in the sun, seeing students colour their hair and don funny outfits to show off their school pride.
On your marks, get set, go! Whyalla Samaritan College has celebrated its senior sports day with rising athletes keen to take to the track.
An opportunity for our kids to get out and showcase their talents in athletics.
With perfect weather conditions, students showed up in droves to show their school spirit, many taking centre stage for the fan favourite house cheerleading competition.
Oh, the cheerleading was so fun because we just got to do whatever we wanted and just dance and like follow the people in front of us.
We're cheering on other teams, especially these girls, and we're just, cheering on our friends and having a good time.
Students thrilled to see their teachers also jumping in on the fun.
Absolutely amazing. Love to see the teachers getting up and about, joining in with the kids.
There was lots of funny dancing from the teachers, especially Mr. Schultz in the banana costume.
Everyone sees each other in a bit of a different light, teachers and students getting involved, so that's a really positive thing for us.
Then it was into events, with students trying to smash old school records.
Lots of running, relays and races, high jump.
I really like long jump and triple jump because I know I'm just good at the technique and I can get pretty far.
Probably discus because it's one of the only things I'm really good at.
The competing houses are able to score points for athletics, cheerleading and the end of the day cleanup, making the event more about participating than actually winning or losing a race.
I'm just here to have fun.
Edward McCarroll, 7 Spencer Golf News.
If you're looking for something to do in the York Peninsula this weekend, why not head to Moonta? The Farmers Market is on this Sunday at Queen Square in the town centre. The best part is you'll be supporting local producers and businesses. There'll be everything from local food and drinks, art, accessories and even perfume. Stay with us after the break. It's down to the final 2 in the Port Pirie cricket. Prop Panthers and Southport taking to the crease for the grand final tomorrow. And what's in store for the weekend? We'll have the weather details with Alex Sykes. Welcome back. It's the qualifying and elimination rounds in Port Lincoln cricket this weekend, with Southern Air versing Charlton at Centenary tomorrow, while Tasmans take on Waybacks on Sunday. Over in Port Pirie, the top 2 teams are getting ready to battle it out for top spot in the grand final tomorrow. Here's this week's Cricket Tips.
Hello and welcome to the grand final edition of Port Pirie Cricket Tips. It's going to be a huge day at Port Pirie Sporting Precinct. It all starts at 8:30 with Solly North set to take on Wandeer in the B-grade final at Pirie West Oval. Solly North have been the standout side over the last 2 seasons and are looking for back-to-back premierships. I'm tipping Solly North. On Memorial Oval, it's the big one, with props facing Southport from 12 o'clock. These sides have met 5 times this year, with props holding the upper hand 3-2. Southport will need their bowlers to be at their best if they are to restrict the strong props batting lineup. Props have a lineup stacked with talent and experience and go into this match as firm favourites. I'm tipping props.
Hello, well, we're in grand final mode here in Whyalla. First of all, we have at Bennett Oval the B grade between West Whyalla and North Whyalla. West Whyalla's been top all year, and I don't see that changing, although Norths have been in very good form of late. I think Sam Frick's going to do wonders with the bat this week. That's why I'm tipping them. In the A grade grand final, it's going to be held at Mops at 12:30. It's going to be a big game, another rematch between Central Whyalla and North Whyalla. In a very close affair like most of the games this year, I think I'm going to tip Centrals.
Yeah, g'day and welcome to Port Augusta Cricket Tips. This week we have our semi-final between South Augusta and Central Augusta. Last week, Corn advanced straight in the grand final on the back of beating South Augusta. So this week there's no second prize for the loser. At this stage, well, I'm just going to go for South Augusta to beat Central's Augusta.
Good luck to all the competitors. We'll have the full wrap of how the weekend went on Monday. But it's time now to take a look at what's happening in the weather with Alex Sykes. Alex, how's the weekend looking?
It's looking very pleasant, Maddie. Mother Nature is shining down on Broken Hill for St Pat's Race Day tomorrow. Only a few light winds about, which won't affect the iconic dirt track too much. Taking a look at some of today's temperatures now. Sunny skies around Port Pirie today, 30 degrees. Woodna had a few cloud about, reaching 32 this afternoon. Lovely and sunny in Kadina, 27 degrees. Looking more broadly at today's weather map now, Broken Hill recorded a touch under 28 degrees at 4 p.m. Port Lincoln recorded 24 at 1:45. Port Augusta peaked late in the date after 4 o'clock, recording 31 degrees. Taking a look at the satellite image now, a weak cold front will pass over the southeast over the weekend. A high pressure system will then form south of the Bight on Sunday. Moving on to tomorrow's weather outlook now, and we'll start with the Gulf waters. Southeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots, turning southerly 15 to 20 knots. seas below 1 metre increasing up to 1.5 metres in the afternoon, and south to southwesterly swell around a metre. Partly cloudy and set to reach a high of 24 in Port Lincoln on Saturday, between 15 and 25 in Cleve, partly cloudy and a top of 32 in Woodna. 27 degrees in Whyalla tomorrow, a bit warmer in Port Augusta, set to reach a high of 31 degrees there, partly cloudy, and 28 degrees in Kadina, down to 13 overnight. Port Pirie mostly sunny and set to reach a high of 29 tomorrow, between 12 and 27 in Clare, sunny and 31 in Broken Hill for the Outback Cup. Taking a look further through the week now, starting with Sunday's forecast. Blue skies in Broken Hill for the Rock the Park event in Patton Park. 28 degrees. Sunny and 28 in Port Augusta as well, partly cloudy and 25 in Whyalla, 30 in Woodna, a sunny top of 26 in Kadina. Moving on to Monday's outlook now, sunny and 37 in Cooper Pedy, 33 in Port Augusta and Woodna. Partly cloudy conditions around Whyalla and Kadina, both heading for a top of 28, 24 the top in Port Lincoln. And finally, taking a quick look at how Tuesday is shaping up to be. It'll be a warm one in Port Augusta, 37 degrees, sunny and 33. Over the border in Broken Hill, not much better in Woodna, 36 and 35 in Port Pirie. Warm in Port Lincoln too, 27 degrees there. And that's all the weather from me for tonight. I'll see you a little later with an update. I hope you have a great weekend, Maddie. It's back to you.
You too, Alex. Thank you. And that's the local news this Friday. I'm Madeline Kerr. From all of us here, thanks for joining us. I'll have updates a little later, but until then, enjoy your evening. Good night.